All right, so once again, it's been a little while between recording and uploading. Everything's all synced up now. Obviously, part 67's been up for a while, and took a little break in between posting. Just felt like I needed to clear my mind of the whole streaming thing for a little bit. Had a bit going on with work, and I just wanted to kind of come back to it with a little bit more of a clear head. We're coming upon the conclusion here, and if there's any decision making, I want to be able to make the right decisions and for my head to be in it. So, welcome back to another Red Dead 2 stream. This is part 68 now. There's only one mission on the docket for this one. So far, anyways, that's the Charles mission in the Wapiti Indian Reservation, which is basically where part 67 leaves off. I kind of updated myself. I know that we have to get our cores up a little bit before we jump into anything too serious here. And the other thing that I'm kind of monitoring ongoing is my bonding relationship with Buell. I was tipped off that it is important, let's say, to have a good bonding relationship with Horse by the end of the game for an extra cutscene. I'm almost there with Buell. We can see he's 3 out of 4. Still have a little bit of progress to my next level in the bottom left corner there. I'm at 1,159 XP. I got to get up to 1,950. To 1950 XP wise for my bonding level for my horse. So if we can get there before the end of this chapter, we'll be good. And I want to take Buell. I feel like taking Buell to the end here is the right thing. I thought maybe in my little break from main episodes in this series, Red Dead 2, in this stream, I felt like maybe I could take the chance to do some more extra content videos. Obviously that never happened. Again, it's kind of on the back burner. I'm not ruling it out. If you haven't checked those vids out, go check them out. I just want to note before we start here again about the adult content rating with YouTube and uploading. I know this is kind of old news now, but we will be starting a new series soon, and if that series is M rated, it will be restricted for 18 and up, for an 18 plus audience on YouTube anyways going forward. Red Dead 2, I'm kind of grandfathering, if you will, the old policy in which I did not restrict access to Red Dead 2 videos. Thus, all Red Dead 2 content going forward will have no restrictions, but most M-rated content going forward will. I've thrown that out there in a lot of other videos. I'll say it again when we start the new series, but if you haven't heard that yet, that is for you. So this is it. This is the only mission that I have available to me right now is Charles, and we're pretty close. No need for me to ride all the way back to camp to just then go up and see Charles. I'm really, really hoping here that I'm not going to hit the end of this chapter before I'm able to achieve the max bonding level with my horse. And that's why it might be good to do a couple extra content videos, because it would be that much more riding with Buell, that much more of an opportunity to make something happen. But that's okay. I think we should be able to do it. So I have a lot of consumables, canned goods, perishable food items, that kind of a thing that I want to maybe take the opportunity to eat here, especially with ones where I have more than one, like the canned pineapples, baked beans. I'd like to eat things that make sense, though. I'm not going to have baked beans and canned pineapple because that sounds like a disaster later. That's all like cigarettes and bourbon and gin and brandy. Don't need any of that. I'll do maybe some beans and some peas. And then maybe we can mix like a bread roll and some salted venison or some salted beef or something. I could also probably cook some stuff up at a campfire, but let's just eat some consumables now. Let's do it. We'll do some baked beans. Attaboy. The ground is your trash can. And then we'll do some canned peas. Now I would also like to report that with all of the COVID-19 concerns, this series will not be canceled as a result of the COVID-19 North American outbreak. Hashtag coronavirus. And please, folks, for the love of God, please keep buying Corona beer. It has nothing to do with the coronavirus, you freaking fools. We'll eat a bread roll. I mean, and we got to make sure we have a balanced diet here, folks. It's all about the balanced diet. So then we'll have some, let's do some salted beef. So I think I've maxed out on my food eating for the day. I was going to have some canned pineapples for dessert. I can save that for later, where it can boost me up again later. I should probably get my Deadeye to a higher value here as well. And then my horse, I have been feeding it and whatnot recently, so hopefully he'll be good. So I just read a little blurb there about my horse, and the bonding level will increase more rapidly the better fed the horse is. So might as well feed my horse again just to make sure. And we'll get going to this Charles mission here. So Eagle Flies was taken. That happened in the last video as well. I wonder if I can get like wow, oh boy. This could very well be the last mission. Oh man, I really hope it isn't. In order to draw attention, yet Dutch convinces Eagle Flies to ambush an army patrol. We saw Colm O'Driscoll hang, and obviously finished business with the O'Driscolls. So a lot of the gangs that we've run into, the Murphy Broods, the O'Driscolls, the Lemoyne Raiders, we have kind of driven most of them out. So we also mentioned last time, highlighted how many people have left camp. We lost Reverend as well. So things continuing to unfold. Took my poor dog to get fixed recently, and so if you hear a lot of banging around,
Yeah, boy.
it's probably that.
Yeah, that's it, boy.
So you can see that little
Yeah,
plus
good
with the
boy.
horse occasionally after feeding, petting, etc.
Okay,
That's the XP actually going up here. So now if we check out Buell on the horse, statistics screen, I don't know. You can see the XP has gone up. Not a lot, but a little bit. Enough. So
Boy, let's go. Yeah.
to Charles we go. Now that Eagle Flies has been taken, we have at least obviously said Rains Falls. Not going to be too happy about that situation. So this might be a little bit of fallout from that last major fight that we just had with the army trying to create a diversion for our gang to ultimately escape. Our final master escape plan is still kind of ongoing.
Yeah.
Can maybe open Buell up here and get some more bonding. Don't mind the background shouts either. They are also dog related. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
I think I got a new thing with Buell too, where I can, or a new feature, whatever you want to call it, where I can shoo the horse away, so it's not like following me. for missions and stuff like that. Something along the lines of that, which could be important because sometimes you just don't want your horse around. That pretty much sums up a lot of the stuff that we kind of faced in our last video. Last couple main story missions have basically just involved the O'Driscolls and kind of the conclusion of that plot line, and finally seeing Colm hang, and then obviously, as I mentioned, with the natives. We've kind of been intertwined with their plot line now for a little bit. It's been a big major part of Chapter 6. We haven't really come across the natives up until this point. And they're actually now playing a major part in the conclusion. I remember going to the fort, what's it called? Oh, that's right, Fort Wallace. I remember going to Fort Wallace and the Wapiti Indian Reservation before it was a part of our story, because they were kind of intriguing places on the map to go check out. And obviously, they started shooting at me at the fort. Thinking I was an invader of sorts, and nothing really happened at the Indian Reservation, so I knew they'd become a part of the story. They're not there for nothing. I feel like there's a lot of still a lot of little story missions and Easter eggs and stuff like that that I haven't really addressed in this game. I remember there was reports of a ghost in the bayou. We never really sought that out too much. There's lots of little side things that I feel we meant. There's actually like aliens and everything else, and cults in this game, and you know. So if you really like my gameplay, definitely go check some of that stuff out. Or if you have any tips on how I might be able to address some of those smaller fine Easter eggs before we finish our stream, definitely hit me up and comment below. We've had kind of a really active community lately compared to what I've been used to. So let's definitely keep that up. That's a very positive thing. Community input is the best. It's good for me, it's good for you. So we're in another legendary animal territory. This is some sort of a hot springs, it looks like. I don't really see anything at first glance here. We were lucky enough to actually get some legendary animals recently. We've actually been pretty lucky with legendary animals recently. That's an idea for some extra content. If I was going the route of extra content, if I wanted to cover some more, assuming that this chapter doesn't end, you know, immediately after this Charles mission, I would be thinking either dinosaur bones or legendary fish and legendary animals, but considering my lack of playtime recently, I want to kind of stick with the story here.
There we go.
Should be a legendary wolf territory. There's a clue right there. Once you kind of get the hang of finding the legendary animal, they become a little bit easier. Jesus. Definitely a hot springs. That is a geyser, ladies and gentlemen, and it just scared the living bejeebers out of me.
Here we are. Whew, way ahead of me.
Now you stay there, Buell. I don't want you to scare off this wolf. I can already see my next clue over there. Hey, maybe we'll get another legendary animal here after all. I need to equip myself more appropriately here. Gonna go Springfield. We're gonna go bolt action. Okay, so lucky for us, we get to keep the track here. I was worried that by running back to the horse I might lose the track. I don't think the tracks stay fresh forever. Got whitetail bucks, we have bighorn sheep. That's a pretty big, that's a Rocky Mountain bull elk over there. But that is not what we're after.
Must be a way off.
There's some fur on the ground here, supposedly, so there's our next clue over there. Now, one thing about doing hunting in an area like this, the hot springs, it's all flat ground. It's kind of like a plateau. Man, every area of this game is so unique, you know? We've been to snowy areas, we've been to swampy areas, forests. Guess not really beaches or anything like that, but here's like I said, hot springs. There's a geyser here. Some volcanic activity underground. Probably don't want to get too close to the hot springs. Where is the carcass? Ah, there it is. Yikes.
Gotta be close.
According to Arthur, we gotta be close. Alright guys, that's it right there. That is the legendary wolf. Can probably get a slightly better angle here with the Springfield rifle. If I can get to this hill just over here, I can probably peek over the hill. The sound of that geyser will probably help to cover my sound a little bit. The sound of my footsteps kind of rattling around on the grass a little bit. So that's the wolf there.
Nice and easy.
Well, that's that. Another legendary animal down. This time it's the legendary wolf. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty nice one to get. I mean, there is only one legendary wolf, and that's actually a very common animal that we come across in this game, so to find the one legendary one. You've gathered the ingredient required to make the wolf heart trinket. Take this ingredient to the fence to craft this trinket. So we actually crafted some trinkets recently. I finally went to the fence, and using a lot of the legendary parts that we came across and some of the skins and whatnot, we were able to craft some trinkets. And also through the trapper. So the trapper will give you like outfits, and then the fence will give you trinkets out of a lot of the legendary animal parts. So I made a point to finally getting to do that. So if you missed that, check that out because we got some real upgrades. And it makes getting these legendary animals that much more worth it, you know, as opposed to just, you know, the bragging rights and saying that, you know, you've got this many legendary animals, you know, with the trinkets, you can gain some real advantages from hunting them down. And obviously now there's another one available to us, so we have to kind of keep that in the back of our minds and on the back burner once again, in hopes that we can visit a fence soon. I don't know when the next time is that we're going to be able to hit a town. But one thing that's kind of rattled my brain a little bit, yeah, so now that one's crossed off. You'll see some other legendary animals crossed off here if we zoom in enough. We've definitely tackled a couple. There's one up here. Looks like a beaver. There's some sort of a moose or an elk up there, right next to a legendary fish. That's one thing where I have lacked with the legendary, is the legendary fish. Need to do that. Anyways, one thing that's really racked my brain is obviously Blackwater being a city in this game with buildings and all. There's a saloon there. Yeah, we haven't gone there yet. So I'm thinking that you know, despite Arthur's legacy coming to an end, maybe we visit Blackwater as part of another plot, if you will.
Yep.
I don't know. We must go to Blackwater at some point. I swear I saw a video once. I don't think I watched it, but I remember it saying something about Blackwater gameplay from Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was like, Blackwater? We've been banned from Blackwater since the beginning of this game, and it's played a big role in the gang's plot. I mean, the game starts some sort of a boat robbery gone bad, and they had to leave all of their money and belongings behind in Blackwater, which is kind of what screwed the gang from the very beginning. And they've talked a couple times about maybe going back to claim it, but that is going to have to wait as well. Yeah, with all these legendary animals, I'm starting to get a bit of motivation here to do some extra content, to just do some more legendary fish. And especially to kill some more time with Buell. That would be a great idea, traveling to and from different legendary fish locations. Might be a good idea. And not as time consuming as the dinosaur bones. The dinosaur bones would be a lot for us to get involved in so late, I think. And it's pouring rain at the reservation. No good for us. Once this mission starts here, I'll shut up. Did that improve Buell's total experience altogether? Actually, yeah, not bad. It went up to 1293. We need about 600 horse bonding experience points here before we can get Buell up to that final bonding level. Boy, oh boy, I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Please don't let this be the last mission of the game. We're so close with Buell here.
Hello, Charles.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
The chief, he's very... Maybe you could speak to him?
Yes, that's why I came.
He's in his tent.
Sure.
I'll wait for you here.
He's done much for us. He's earned our welcome.
Hello?
Come in. Mr. Morgan, I'm so glad you could make it.
How are you?
My son. My son is foolish, but he's still my son.
I know your son. A little. He's very brave. Very angry. He's me.
How is your father?
He's dead a long time. He lived a lot longer than was good for any of us.
My son probably wishes the same to me.
I doubt that.
I want peace. I need my people to be safe. All my life I've tried to bring peace. But I love my son. They'll hang him for treason. Treason. He is the chief son of a proud nation. How could he commit treason? People who have lied to my people for 100 years or more, that's treason.
Well,
What should I do?
I don't think there's much chance reasoning with Colonel Favors.
No. And any chance we had, your friend, Mr. Vanderland, has ensured relations between us and the army are worse than any point in the last 5 years. I'm sure he means well. But matters are more complex than he understands.
Me and Charles will try and rescue your son.
No.
Yes, yes. I ain't got much to lose, and you got... I'm doing this. Charles! Where are you? Come on, let's go. We need to get his son back, of course. I just ain't sure how.
I've been working on that. I think there's a way. Follow me.
Remember that Rains Fall never asked for any of this. He wanted nothing but a peaceful resolution, but Dutch got into Eagle Fly's ear and allowed this conflict to kind of spread and get worse between the Wapiti Indians and Fort Wallace, where the army is at. Fort Wallace no longer has its red barrier around it, which means it's now a place that we can enter without being shot at as soon as we get to it. So that's interesting and obviously a part of this mission. This could be a quite an explosive one as well, trying to break his son out. Don't know that it's going to make anything better, but it will make the chief a little bit more relieved. Anyways. I've liked and respected Charles for a long time. He's always been one of my preferred friends in the gang, and so that's why I don't mind going out with him on this one at all.
I've been scouting the fort. The army are patrolling all the main roads and bridges in and out, but if we can get the horses across the river, I found a route that should get us in fairly close. If we wait until late enough, there's a place we should be able to sneak in around the back.
Okay, whatever you think. I trust you.
No guns, just knives and arrows. If we start making a lot of noise, he'll be dead before we get close to him.
Okay.
I left 2 canoes downriver, in case we need another way out of there.
Okay, good.
You know, this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Dutch.
It ain't just on Dutch. We all went along with it.
He saw Eagle Flies burned hot, and he fanned the flames. He's not helping that tribe, he's helping himself. You see that, or you wouldn't have gone to Rains Fall behind his back.
I guess I just keep thinking. There must be a way to save the situation. To pull Dutch out of the place he's in. Well, I like Rains Fall.
I don't know, Arthur. Rains Fall is in a tough situation, and as for Dutch...
I gotta try. I own that at least.
You feel that? There's rain on the wind.
I know. Listen, Charles. If it goes bad in there, you get yourself out. You got more to lose.
No. Come on, don't start talking like that.
I didn't tell you before, but... Saw it, Doc. It's pretty bad. But it's gonna get worse.
Oh, Arthur. Any day we can die. We're riding to break an Indian chief's son out of a cavalry fort. We could both die tonight. In a way, it is a gift to know. In a way, you were lucky.
Sure don't feel like that.
You still have time to make amends. The others, Hosea, Lenny, Sean, all them, they didn't. And what about the Calendar boys? Both killed trying to escape Blackwater? more vicious pair of bastards than ever was. And that's all they ever were and will be.
Maybe.
You're lucky. You got the chance to do something better. My guess is maybe that's why you're here now. Either way, just keep your head strong. We're close now. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
That current's strong. Up here. Follow me.
You were right about the damn rain.
Yeah. But might help us with sneaking in there. The Rainsfall told me there was some retaliation after the meeting with Colonel Favors. Some women were taken. Elders beaten.
Bastards.
Yeah. This isn't gonna be nice. There it is.
All right. This should be fun. Let's get ourselves hidden and wait till it gets dark. Over here. I guess this is it. I guess it is. Just keep quiet. And try and find a way in. Main thing is that they don't hear us. You ready?
Patrol group. Hopefully we'll be in and out before they can come back around.
So I bought all these masks, and so I was hoping to try and make use of one of them, and I'm wearing all black, which is really helpful for this mission too. I have a feeling this mission is going to involve a little bit of everything, a little bit of stealth, a little bit of maybe some shooting, not necessarily shooting. In true native fashion, we're only allowed to use our bow and knife, but you kind of get the idea. But I thought that the mask would be a little bit of a better disguise here, if you will. I'm just trying to decide what the best mask maybe is here. I really like the metal skull mask. Psycho, Executioner. So there's the Psycho mask. No, I still like the no. Alright guys, metal mask it is for this one. I finally get to use it in a practical situation. It was one of my favorites when I bought it anyways, so. And then I just wanted to make sure that my weapons, I know that they wanted us to take the bow, it's already equipped, but I wanted to make sure that I could pick my next weapon here as well. Yeah, the Litchfield is probably okay, that's now my most powerful repeater in my opinion, and that'll be good if things get loud for whatever reason. I'm just gonna switch the ammo type. I think this mask is a little bit more of a disguise, a little bit more intimidating than just the bandana anyways, so sorry, Charles. Probably should have prepped that stuff before we started the mission. Lol. Not that we get the chance.
There's 2 guards out front. If you take one, I'll take the other. Nice and quiet.
Oh, I know. It's awful.
Okay, come on. Let's see if we can get around the back. Stay close to the wall. Shh. There's a guard right above us. He's moving. Come on. Okay. Come on. Stay back. Shh. Wait. 2 more. One in the tower, one on the ground. Same as before. You take one, I got the other.
Be sure inside.
Okay, come on. Around the back. This is the spot. There's a guard coming. Okay, quick, this way. This way. Another one up ahead.
Whoa, first person just went super glitchy here for me. Okay, back to basics.
You got this one?
No need to waste an arrow on him. Use your knife.
Come on. Careful. 2 more. One each again. Good work. Come on. Over here. Hold back while I... Tower. Come on, we're good. There's a guard out front. You take him, I'll cover back there. the tower and see if you can cause a distraction.
Try to put an arrow into the lantern above that stack of wood over there. Start a fire. You should have a clear shot from the walkway up there.
So we've done a really good job of staying silent so far to this point. Maybe this whole mission can be done silent. Charles mentioned that there are some canoes waiting for us to make our getaway, so if we can do everything silently, we should be good to go. And really, for a mission to go this well for us, it would be a very, very good thing at this point. But we have to shoot that lantern above that stack of wood over there, which is going to kind of cause a diversion. But again, it's all about doing it silently. I've only got about one chance to place this arrow properly, so here goes nothing.
Come on! Get down here!
In here. Follow me.
Do something!
Look for the keys. You have to get me out of here.
We're gonna get you out. I'll check the table, Arthur. You search the body.
Got him. Come on. Your father sent us?
My father. He told you to come and kill guards?
No, he didn't say that.
Of course not.
You okay?
Sure. Enjoy being tortured. Clears the mind.
If you say so. Whoa, whoa.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
We'll have to shoot our way out. Let's push up! Free fire! Open up! Blast you! They got the jeep! There's some up top there! I warn you! No way out for you! Seal the gate! I'm before your head! Watch yourselves! More up ahead! Dead close! You're not... You must be out here!
Come this way. I remember seeing a hole in one of the walls when they brought me in. No. It's been sealed back up.
Arthur, deal with this, would you?
Yes, but how?
What about that cat?
okay?
Sounds like one of their...
Come on! Let's use this thing! We're through! Let's go! Here, come on! Get him!
This way, come on. I hit some canoes down by the river.
Shit! We got company behind us!
You're dead, you sorry son of a bitch. Coming from the road on the left. You're a dead man now. Quick, down this way. Shit! That was close. The canoes are close. They're right on us, Arthur. Do something. You deal with... Get the boats ready. Come on. Get in here. Oh, thank you, friend. What are you waiting for? Let's just get you to safety first.
It's like Dutch said. They only have power when you allow them to have it.
This is some swell!
Watch yourself. Last thing we need is one of us going in.
Believe me, that ain't my plan!
Watch out for the current. We got more of them on the riverbank. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Give me a gun. I can help.
Just keep your head down. On the left.
Where do you think you're...
Water should be calmer ahead. We just need to keep going. We need to get as far away from the fort as possible.
Look right!
You're breathing your last. Go to hell! They won't give up easily. Stay ready. Get ready for more trouble up ahead. Current seems calmer now. No, I was wrong. Two more on the left. Don't kill their horses. We can use them to ride out of here. See any more of them? Let's get over to the shore.
think we lost him. Come on.
You okay, Arthur?
Yeah, I'm right as rain. How are you?
I'll be fine in a day or so. I heal fast. Colonel Favors won't be too happy with your rescue.
I guess not.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more trouble. My father, even he may have to fight.
You won't win. No big fight with them. Shouldn't y'all just run away?
Where would we go?
I don't know.
My friend, let me take you back to your father.
Thank you.
No mention. Yeah.
Okay, phew. Obviously, that is not the end of Chapter 6. I want to pull up the details for that mission. Upon learning that Eagle Flies has been captured by the army, Arthur and Charles infiltrate Fort Wallace to rescue him. That was actually kind of a fun one. Like I said, it had a little bit of everything. Even that canoe race down the river there at the end of the mission was a great conclusion to it. I only got a bronze for that mission, unfortunately. Each mission has a checklist. That's why some missions I get silvers or even potentially golds, because if you complete the checklist, like while infiltrating Fort Wallace, headshot every soldier blocking your way to Eagle Flies, kill 15 enemies while escaping in the canoe, complete with at least 80% accuracy. The more of those you do, the better that you get. But anyways, that's another big one out of the way. Sorry, I just had my sound system a little loud there. Hopefully there was no echo effect or anything like that. Whew. You could see Arthur was taking a minute there. Even when I tried to push the control stick, it took him a minute to get up. His sickness continues to affect him greatly. Nothing else happening at the reservation. In fact, our next and only current story mission, once again, it's just one mission at a time here, probably until we hit the end of this chapter, Chapter 6. It's a Dutch Vanderland mission, and it is back at Beaver Hollow. That'll be a good chance for us to regroup with people back at camp, talk with everybody, sleep and eat, which will get us back to 100% cores across the board. So that'll be an important visit back to camp, and that is what I'll make as my focus next time. This Charles mission was the main focus for this one. Things continue to intensify. We're definitely playing both sides here. We want to help Dutch. We don't want to turn on the gang this late. We do kind of want to see everybody kind of get away and survive. And there are still people back at camp that I do want to help whose names aren't Dutch or Micah. So, we're still kind of intertwined there. But as a gang, we're kind of screwing over the Indians, or the natives rather, but then at the same time, we're still helping the natives in whatever way that we can against Dutch, against Dutch's instructions. So, maybe we'll face some consequences for that a little bit later on down the road, but, we were the reason Eagle Flies got taken. These are very nice people who have helped us when we've needed help. And so, I feel like these are good relationships to have with good people. That's kind of one of the big reasons why I think, we keep going back for more here. Like I've said before, we've really built honor as Arthur in this game, and, I'm definitely not going to turn my back on that now. Plus, there are main story missions, and I have to complete them, so I don't really have much of a choice there. But Dutch is going to be up next. Didn't get as much riding in with Buell. I thought maybe that mission would be a lot of riding around with Buell in hopes that it could maybe boost our bonding level. We definitely got a little bit closer, but we still have quite a bit of riding to do. So, once I post this, we may just go straight to 69. If it takes me 2 weeks to get another video recorded and uploaded, again, I'll probably just stick with the story once again. But if I can sneak in extra content in there in between, one, that would serve two purposes: to get some more legendary fish and to get Buell to level 4. And extend the trilogy of extra content videos I already have there. Maybe that's in our best interest going forward. That might be our best plan. But anyways, we are going to be starting off here just kind of by the Dakota River, just north of Valentine. Might be a good idea to go into Valentine, maybe check them out, regroup with the stable, get everything in check. Could maybe get a haircut. Don't really need to eat or anything like that because we are going back to camp as part of the story, so I won't worry too much about that, but it's there. Valentine is there if we needed to start the next vid. I think that's probably good for now. It's been a couple weeks, and I want to jump back into it, but I don't want to go overboard here. I don't want to do too much. I want to get my I got my feet wet. I want to kind of get my body wet gradually. Is that like a swimming analogy? That's totally a swimming analogy. Ooh, interesting. Somebody's calling. So yeah, I think that's actually going to be it for me for this video. That was good. I enjoyed that one very much so. And we will get right back into it later. Continue to comment on my videos. I love when I get that little red notification letting me know that someone has just, dropped some love for me. So keep that up. Like and subscribe, as I know you already do on each and every one of my videos. And if you haven't, I expect you to take the next hour of your life to go back and do just that. We're going to save and quit here. We'll see if we were able to get a chunk of completion done. A little bit. We did 0.3% of the game. We're up to 68% completion. I would like to see us get to about 80% completion. How realistic that actually is, it could be kind of realistic. There's a lot of stuff that we're not going to be doing in this playthrough, so there's definitely a good chunk that we're not going to complete. But I know that there's probably going to be an epilogue chapter, plus we still have probably a couple more missions here in chapter 6, so once they all play out, they'll factor into it. If I do any more extra content, any more legendary animals, legendary fish, any more of those other kind of side collecting missions, that'll all impact it too. So let's see how high we can get here. No, that was not a 420 joke either. Anyways, I will see you on the other side.